This is the top 10 essential graffiti supplies. Now keep in mind, if you already do graffiti, this list will be fairly obvious to you. Number 1, a black book. A graffiti black book is a sketch pad or marker pad, typically with a black cover, that graffiti writers use to practice and draw their graffiti in. If you're brand new to graffiti, you don't need to pick up a black book right off the bat. Sketching on scrap paper or an old notepad is completely fine if you're just getting started. But at some point, it will be a good idea to pick up a fresh black book so you can have a dedicated place for your sketches. Another cheap sketchbook of some sort will also do the same thing. It doesn't need to be a black cover, it's just aesthetic. Number 2, pencils. Pencils are an essential starting tool for most art styles, and graffiti is absolutely no exception. No need to buy anything fancy. You can get started with any pencil that you have laying around, plus some paper. These are essential for sketching as you begin working out letter structure and finding your style. Because at the end of the day, practice makes perfect, and obviously the first place to start with graffiti is on paper. And it's best to sketch with pencils so you can use an eraser to erase lines and redo them, or change the shape of a letter. That's another good reason. Literally any pencil will do. I just use the grey lead, doesn't matter. Number 3, markers for sketching. A set of quality alcohol markers is an essential graffiti supply for adding color to your sketches. Adding color lets you visualize sketches better when it comes to finding color schemes that you like. Plus, they make black book pieces pop a lot more than single color outline pieces. Alcohol markers, or markers designed for paper, vary significantly in both price and quality, from professional brands like Copic to cheaper brands found on Amazon. As a beginner, there's no need to buy fancy markers at this point. A cheaper set should just do fine while still offering a good range of colors. UFO personally uses Sharpies, but honestly that's not a good starting point, so you want to go with something maybe like Crayola or something. Crayola has a lot of different colors to work with and as cheap as. Number 4, a fine liner set. Fine liners are fine tip marker pens that are essential for creating sharp graffiti sketches. They're perfect for outlining, filling in 3D, and adding small details to a piece. Although most dual tip markers come with a fine liner on one end, it's not a bad idea to pick up a fine liner set as well. This way you'll get a range of different nib sizes to choose from to create a wide range of effects. A lot of well-known graffiti brands stock their own fine liner sets, so be sure to go check out a Red Belly Culture to pick up either one of these sets. Use a discount code UFOsign to get it for a much better price. Number 5, markers and mops. Paint markers and ink mops and ink markers are one of the most popular tools for graffiti. So if you're a new graffiti writer, it's not a bad idea to get familiar with them early. From commonly found brands like Grog, Molotov, and Brew Ink, there is so many different markers and mops out there. For beginners, I highly recommend getting a magic ink marker. That's personally one of my favorite chisel tip markers. It's a nice little pocket sized little marker that produces really nice black ink. Keep in mind, this marker is only really good for tags on smooth surfaces. I don't know why, I just love them so much, and they're cheap and affordable. redbellyculture.com. Number 6. Alright, so we've finally made it to the most essential tool every graffiti writer needs, and obviously it's spray paint. Although it's a good idea to practice in a sketchbook before picking up a can, it's also important that you start developing can control as soon as possible. Knowing your way around a spray can and the different effects it can create takes a lot of time. It's all about practice. So once you've sketched, grab some spray paint and head to a legal or chill wall and practice. The spray paint you get hold of usually depends on where you live or what you can find online, but some popular brands designed for graffiti include Montana Black, Molotov Premium, MTN, and One Take. The only paint I'd really avoid trying to do graffiti with is anything watery, so any Walmart cheap paint or any Motortech stuff from Autobahn. Australian Export is a great cheap alternative. It's actually a decent paint, so grab yourself a bunch of Aussie exports if you're Australian. Number 7, safety equipment. Alright, here's the boring stuff, but nevertheless essential, that all beginners need. A mask of some sort, a respirator, or something to cover your mouth so paint particles don't directly go into your throat. Spray paint lets off a bunch of toxic fumes which can be harmful to your health in the long run. The best way to protect yourself is by using a quality respirator, but if you don't want to walk around with one of those in your bag, just use something like a t-shirt to cover your mouth. A great minimalistic thing that I can recommend to you guys is a 3M mask that looks something like this. But if you want a few different options to choose from, there's heaps of filtered masks out there. Another thing I want to say is always wear gloves so you don't get paint on your hands. That's another essential thing. And the reason why I say gloves is not because the paint on your skin is a bad thing. It's more so your hands are clean. Because who wants paint on their hands? I know I don't. You can use just about any type of glove out there. Personally, I like to use the disposable gloves that fit perfectly on your hand. If you wear gloves that are too loose, it might get in the way of the paint coming out of the can and cause the paint to spray in different directions and just make a mess. And another thing, you want a nice firm grip on the can. If you have a loose fitting glove, it's just going to slide around in your hand, you know. You feel like you're more in control when you have a firm grip on the can. That's why a lot of graffiti writers opt not to use gloves, because they feel like they have a better handle on the can as opposed to if they were using gloves. But if you want to use gloves, any nice fitted glove will do. Number 9. Extra caps. Once you've grabbed some spray paint, it's not a bad idea to pick up a few different caps so you can produce a range of different effects. Otherwise, you'll only have stock cap already on the can when you get them, and sometimes stock caps are terrible to do anything with. There's a load of different caps out there for different styles, and the easiest way I can tell you guys is each cap does different thickness of lines. I'll actually leave a link in the top of the description to a video I made ages ago about 9 different graffiti caps. Definitely go check that video out because I run through a bunch of different caps, what they do. But one thing I didn't mention in that video is you can produce skinny lines if you know can control. And can control is something I'm slowly learning as we speak, so maybe one day I'll make a video about that. But I'm pretty sure John Grimm can help you out with that kind of stuff because that's very important stuff. Can control, making thin lines, low pressure cans, high pressure cans, all that good stuff. All the technical stuff, definitely go over to John Grimm, the artist block. And here we are at number 10, blank stickers. If you're a fan of stickers, you'll definitely want to get your hands on some blank stickers. Stickers are an essential graffiti supply both for practicing tags and getting up. Just make sure you choose the right ones. Luckily and obviously, I am a sticker person, so I can highly recommend a bunch of different brands that provide blank eggshell stickers, and they are blankslaps.com, badhabitsinc.com, and anything on Red Belly Culture. Even though I'm sponsored by all 3 of those brands, I can tell you that they are the best quality blanks, and I know this from first hand. But if you can't afford eggshell stickers, there's so many different ways to obtain stickers. If you're from America, you can order a bunch of 228 labels for absolutely nothing on the USPS website. I did make a video on how to do that as well. Unfortunately, you have to be American because only Americans can order and they get sent to your house free of charge, which is so damn good. You guys are so lucky in America. But I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and have a good one.